Last year would have been one of the most challenging years that we will experience in our lifetime. Cire was able to adapt to the changes that we needed to make, not only in supporting each other, but also supporting our communities. It was almost instantaneously. We had to learn how to work remotely. We had to learn how to teach remotely. We had to learn how to support our people remotely. And above all, we had to take care of each other. I couldn't be more proud of the way that Cire managed the year, and I couldn't be more proud to know that we have a lot of people in the organisation that are passionate, committed, and care about the work that we do at Cire.
Hello and welcome to the Cire Services 2020 annual report. My name's Julian Carl, I'm Chair of the Board. I'm really pleased to be here with you to talk just very briefly about a year that I think none of us expected. So 2020, very challenging year, and a couple of things that Cire's most proud of being, number one, we were really able to keep all our staff. It was really important that we were able to look after all of our team. And amidst all the chaos, we were actually able to continue to execute on our strategic plan. So a couple of really important things happened for us. We were able to start delivering years 5 and 6 at our Yarra Junction campus, and we're able to successfully obtain registration to open our third campus out at Berwick. The business finishes on a very sound financial platform for 2021, and we finished the year by being able to recruit a couple of, or 4 to be precise, new board members, and I think that's really designed to support the future growth of Cire. So welcome, hope you enjoy the report, and look forward to speaking again soon.
Hello everyone, it's my pleasure to be here for Cire at the AGM, and we're moving in some fantastic areas down at Kimberley Reserve, the Chirnside Park Hub. It's great to see that we've got Cire here for a long term, which is great. Just signed that off a couple of months ago, which is really good. And it's great to see Cire fitting into the community as they are. Every time I come into the hub, there's something different happening, and there's somebody talking about what's happening here. So it's a partnership that's working very well, and I'm very pleased that it's continuing for a long term.
Our traditional ways of working and engaging with the community were turned upside down in 2020. I'm so proud of the way that Cire adjusted to the change, and commend all of our teams for thinking of innovative ways to stay connected and continue to support the community. We had a strong focus on social media, and our followers increased by more than 40%. We now have 15 social media pages, including 1 YouTube channel. We were fortunate to be awarded many grants, and I'd like to thank our funding partners for their support. We truly appreciate it. A special mention to Good 360, who donated a substantial amount and range of products, even a truckload of toilet paper, which were made available to those in need. Corporate Services supported our staff in the transition to remote working, and also supported our essential services to continue operating on-site and virtually. A big effort and achievement by all. I'm looking forward to all the possibilities we have ahead of us this year, and I'd like to thank the Corporate Services team for an amazing year.
Hello there everyone at Cire Services. Congratulations on the release of your annual report, and on behalf of Council, thank you so much for all that you do in our community. Probably looking back over the year, COVID has affected us all, but above all, what we see with Cire Services, it was business as usual, as best you could do, and we really appreciate that, and we thank you. Congratulations on your expansion into Casey, and also congratulations to the board, CEO Gus, and all those wonderful people that work for Cire Services. At Council, we appreciate the partnership we have with Cire Services, and we look forward to that in the future. All the very best, and have a great event. Cheerio.
Last year took us all completely by surprise. From People and Culture's perspective, we're so proud of the adaptability and resilience that all of our employees have demonstrated. For some of us, it's meant working from home since last March. For others, it's meant continuing to work on site, and we've been blown away by the level of determination that those employees have shown us to continue delivering the services that Cire provides to really vulnerable members of our community. We're really honoured to have supported you all. Congratulations on a really amazing year.
What a year it was. We went into the year starting as usual on site with our students. We took possession of our wonderful new kitchen just as our staff and students had to go to remote learning. And our teachers and our students learnt to teach and to learn online, all on the run and while doing it. At the same time, we had students on site for their mental health and wellbeing right through the period. We're a special registration school for disengaged students, and we were able to do that, which was just amazing. In the close of the year, we were able to secure the premises and get the registration for our new campus opening in Berwick this year. And despite the challenges of the year, we ended the year with increased enrolments and a waiting list of students to come on board this year.
Last year I was lucky to be teaching a middle school class. When we went into lockdown at the start of the year, we were really out of our comfort zone. I think us and the students, but we definitely found some creative ways to work around it, to meet our students' needs and to work with them so that they were feeling supported and not isolated and really comfortable, and still having our values within our community. And at the end of it, we all came together and it was really special to be able to be together again.
Last year, the bus system was changed to assist students who were unable to stay at home and homeschool. Within that system, we were able to send education packs to the homes after we did the bus runs for kids that were still able to come to school. We also picked up packs from the students and brought them back to the school for their assessments.
Well, I had a lot of things go on through 2020, and at school especially, sometimes I was at school, sometimes I wasn't because I'd be at home learning. And I found it difficult at times for either one, but it was both enjoyable and very comforting by my teacher, the teachers at Cire, the principal and everyone that was there to help. We all didn't know how to do everything online at first, but we all learned. And I would just say it was worth trying and finding out how it was like and getting to know everyone.
Well, for me, I also had my Cert to Building Construction work to do on Wednesdays, so my normal schoolwork was pretty much alright. I actually got to come in to school once or twice a week to do my normal schoolwork as well. It was mostly pretty chill at home actually, but Wednesdays was probably the hardest for me because I had all my stuff from the swim on the website, and if you got one thing wrong, you had to redo the entire lot.
It was okay. There was a lot of support from the school, which was really, really helpful. You know, for coming in at once or twice a week, I came in as well. It really helped push me through because I was doing, year 11 last year, which once we got into COVID, I was so sure that I wasn't going to be able to make it through, but the teachers are so helpful and understanding with the circumstances we were in that, if you turned up, they would help you get some work done. It was almost guaranteed you would get something done that day if you just turned up.
Cire Community Health Service and Cire have a long-standing relationship, and it only seemed fitting that we partner to provide access and services and support to the young people in the Yarra Ranges. As a result, we were successful in our tender for the Integrated Youth Health Hub, and I think that the combination of a healthcare organisation and an education service, between the two of us, we are going to be able to capture the support that our young people need to make a better start in life, but also support them in whatever it is that they have got deficiencies in. The Youth Hub and Spoke model that we're looking at implementing is going to be ideally supported by Cire Services in both Lilydale, Yarra Junction and Chertside Park. So you can see that really it's a great combination and a great way of supporting our young people in the community. I'm really looking forward to working extensively with Cire, and they will be an amazing partner in delivering those services.
I'm so proud of what we were able to achieve in the year that was 2020. By ensuring that we focused on delivering quality training and services, we were able to find new ways to connect with students and participants and the community as a whole. This was made possible by the hard work and flexibility of our staff, and also the understanding and patience from our students and participants who worked with us to ensure that we found the right ways to be working with them. So I'd like to thank our staff, our participants and our students for all that you've done for us to make 2020 what it was, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what we're able to achieve in 2021.
So in April, we successfully moved 100% of adult learning qualifications and courses to remote online learning. We did this without missing a beat and didn't even miss one day of training. Cire Training were shortlisted for the Victorian Training Awards Community Provider of the Year, recognising us as one of the top 3 community providers in the state. The Learn Local Awards were represented from Cire by Hayley McIntosh for the Roe Allen Adult Learner Award and Sue West for the 2020 Practitioner Award. They both were shortlisted. In 2020, Cire Training successfully tendered for the Reconnect program. The Reconnect program is state funded and helps support people who are unemployed and haven't been in training or education for 6 months, get back into training, to reskill, to find employment.
So starting my course at the start of COVID-19 lockdown, I thought it'd be challenging doing it online. Wasn't feeling that confident that I'd be able to engage on the computer. I was pleasantly surprised, for one, that it expanded my computer knowledge. Never been on a Google Meet before. The convenience at home, as my kids were both homeschooling as well, I could support them when they needed me. I enjoyed it as it gave me an opportunity to listen to Cheryl, our teacher, and then have a break away from the screen to review the information and come back online to have a class discussion. This gave me the ability to retain information. I particularly enjoyed the class discussions and applying the knowledge to personal experiences, as it provoked meaningful conversation to our group. I always looked forward to Monday and Tuesday classes. Having other human interaction was great. There was always a Monday buzz and everyone was so happy to see each other online. Certainly different to going to work on a Monday morning. The vibe is usually quite low. So overall, what a fabulous experience. We all adapted well to learning online. This personally was great for me, as I've learnt a lot and improved my computer literacy. Thanks to the ongoing support at Cire, not just a course provider to upskill, they also have a huge support base, community-based programs and services. I highly recommend Cire. Thanks for the opportunity.
Our main aim was to stay connected to the community. At FICE, we did this through launching our online Zoom workshops. We had various workshops through financial literacy, job application and interview tips and tricks. We also had our Women's Warehouse Hour of Power online as well. And we did lots of Facebook Lives, ran some fun competitions, and just kept that engagement right up through our community. We also launched our online store, selling our product online and making it available to the wider community, which was a fantastic success.
During 2020, we were one of the only organisations that was able to adapt to the changes of working remotely and continuing to support our placement students. We have a strong partnership with Box Hill Institute of TAFE and work closely with them to provide their students with the support and workplace experience that they needed to complete their Diploma of Community Services. Our 8 placement students had a number of successes. The Isolation Survival Guide was filled with activities and information for personal wellbeing. The Survival Guide was distributed as a free resource
resource to dozens of organisations and community groups and received an astounding positive response and reached over 20,000 online engagements. Following the success of the Isolation Survival Guide, the students were eager to set up a program with a focus on community interactions and engagement. This is how the Friday Night Live was born. The concept was to host weekly forums on Zoom with guest speakers from the community. Our placement students were able to adapt to the online platform and develop meaningful programs to help support the community. With the success during the first round of remote placement, we were able to provide 12 more places for students during the second lockdown. As a result, we have developed a highly sought after placement program.
So when our hubs were closed in March, our team had to think outside the box as to how we could best continue to engage with our community when face-to-face was no longer an option. We made phone calls, moved programs to online delivery and utilised social media to increase our reach. Our Lockdown Lego page on Facebook with over 800 members, along with weekly Go Live updates through our Facebook page, meant that we could keep connected with our community. Thanks to the Be Connected grant, we were able to help seniors get online, and this gave them the tools and the knowledge to join our online forums over Zoom, such as with the craft group and Fit for Life. We've also seen the introduction of our food pantry at Yarra Junction, which continues to support the Upper Yarra community, and we thank you everyone who has donated to that program.
Wow, 2020 has certainly been a year of challenges, but it has also been a year which created so many possibilities as we looked at new ways of working. Our major goal was staying connected with our families and children who weren't attending the services. This led to the creation of Cire Kids Hub, where we videoed educators doing story time, singing, craft experiences, Japanese lessons, Spanish lessons and healthy lunchbox ideas, to name a few. We also had some other wonderful achievements. We finished our playground upgrade at Mount Evelyn and it looks fantastic, and the children are really enjoying playing on some wonderful equipment. We also received news that we were successful in a grant to upgrade our playground at Churnside. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank all the families that have supported us throughout this difficult and challenging year. Thank you.
Cire Kids Hub was a social media platform for the children and the families that were at home during COVID to be able to see their educators and have a familiar face to watch through YouTube.
It was really enjoyable to do. I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially the bear hunt with Mum.
Yes.
And playing guitar is what I like to do anyway, so I thought it was fun.
It was great to keep our connections with the children and their families at home and get out into the wider community and get our name heard.
Cire Kids Hub was also a great initiative for families to be able to be doing our program, our educational program at home, that we were also doing at the centres at the time.
Yeah, so it gave children the opportunity to still be getting educated by Cire during COVID, so they were not missing out, and there was lots of feedback.
And a lot of fun too. A lot of fun to be able to learn.
It was great to see all the families when they came back, and they were so excited. They were saying, "We saw you on the TV," and hearing about all their crafts and cooking that they've been doing at home.
I felt like a movie star. I mean, all the families were saying, "We saw you on the big screen." I'm like, "Yeah, one day you might." But no, I think we all felt a bit like celebrities.
Felt a bit like that too,
yeah. So
definitely.
It was great, and
it was
that was
non-stop.
Yeah, and it was another nice
Yeah.
way to know that the families were actually watching us as well, that we had that feedback in person to know, and it made us continue going on even past COVID and lockdown.
We even had some on the TV in the kinder room, and we played some of the songs and some of the stories to the children who were still here during these times too.
So we still managed to educate the children during COVID. It didn't stop us. We still managed to do it.
Yeah.
Last year in 2020, I had a son, Addison, in 4-year-old kinder, and I had a child, Darcy, my son, in the occasional care. This year, Darcy's in the 4-year-old kinder. I found the experience with both of my children very positive. In fact, I put Darcy into the occasional care, not because I needed it to begin with, but purely because he wanted to come. He saw Addison coming and he thought that it looked like a lot of fun, and I felt really comfortable with leaving him here, which I never did with Addison when Addison was young. 2020 was a challenging year for everybody as far as education goes and every other aspect of life. We were lucky enough to be able to still attend kinder for the majority of that, but when it did end up being remote learning for kinder, it was a very easy transition to make for the children. It wasn't something that Addison found stressful. He was quite excited and keen to have a go at the Zoom meetings. They were very laid back and casual. There was no real structure or routine to them, which suited the younger children, but it gave them that experience and that connection with their peers. And there was still an element to learning and a focus which kept them on track with all their learning within the centre.
I'd like to thank all of our team at Cire Services. I would like to thank our board, our volunteers, and also our stakeholders for all their support, and the communities who have trusted and believed in us.